had a video that became a web sensation. The entire world seen the video. And there will never be been no captures since October the 29th. What sort of framework is this since Shanquella Robinson's demise? 4 months prior, social liberties activists have taken their battle to the country's capital, explicitly to the White House, with their encouraging President Joe Biden to meddle. Charlotte, North Carolina local Robinson, 25, kicked the bucket on October 29th in Cabo, Mexico, while an extended getaway with 5 others. Large number of individuals all through the nation are requesting that the U.S. specialists explore and deal with those answerable for her homicide. After her story circulated around the web, not a solitary individual has been arresting, yet new upsetting subtleties are unfurling now. We should get the truth out from underneath it. Benjamin Crump. And so on. Robinson, two of the most notable social equality lawyers in the nation, have been employed by Robinson's family to help them in the continuous legal procedures, in spite of the fact that Knife Willa Robinson's demise examination is as yet progressing. Her family's lawyers kept in touch with President Biden and Secretary of the State Anthony Blinken to give new data about the occasions that hinted at Robinson's demise. In a letter, it was expressed that while my clients perceive that the U.S. government has numerous needs and obligations, yet accept that mediating for this situation wouldn't just serve the interests of equity, yet in addition send an unmistakable message that transnational crimes won't go on without serious consequences. Notwithstanding the letter, the attendant of the manor who filled in as the gatherings interpreter while they were on their excursion has furnished the Mexican specialists with a nitty-gritty direct depiction of what happened during their excursion. The name of the attendant was shut down in the records that were presented by the family attorneys. The attendant detailed Robinson's disquiet sometime before her passing in his explanation to Mexican specialists before Robinson joined the others for dinner on their most memorable night. At the estate, the attendant said something about her and noticed that she appeared to not find a place with the others. When I presented myself, she didn't welcome me or grin. She was detached, nothing to do with the air of festivity. She was awkward at that party, as per the assertion given by the attendant. The next day, he got an instant message from one of different travelers who was with Robinson, asking where the closest clinical office was. Later on that very day, he figured out that Robinson had died, as per the explanation that the attendant provided for the Mexican specialists. After Robinson's passing, when the attendant returned to the estate, after Robinson's passing, he gave his sympathies to the fundamental visitor, who was the person who interrogated regarding about clinical benefits, and made sense of bits of their collaboration as being exceptionally full. After the attendant left the room, the assertion guarantees that he could hear chuckling coming from inside. This new data has surfaced following a public interview that was given by Robinson's family and their lawyers. At a third public interview held in Washington, both Crump and Robinson approached President Joe Biden and the U.S. Division of State to make a move. It's not right that the suspects and individuals included are resting easily in their own beds around evening time, Crump said. While remaining close to Robinson's mom and sister, the main inquiry is State Division President Biden. How are you going to bring equity for this crushed family, particularly this mother of Shanquella, Robinson, Crump, and Robinson, made an enticement for the specialists, mentioning that either the individual distinguished on a capture warrant gave by Mexican specialists be removed to the U.S., or that the U.S. specialists assume control over ward and arraign that person here. The family guarantees that they have been kept in obscurity about the examination, and that they've had the feeling that endeavors to deal with their little girl's killer have been required to be postponed. Crump likewise said, I anticipate conversing with the most significant levels of our administration to say Shanquella Robinson isn't unessential, and all of you want to give her similar poise and regard as any resident in the U.S. with legitimacy. Robinson's body was found in San Jose del Cabo, Mexico in October, while she and a few companions were on vacation. There, the gathering is said to have placed the fault for Robinson's passing on liquor inebriation. Anyway, a dissection performed subsequently resolved that she had encountered harm to her neck, and Spine Robinson is seen getting greatly beaten by one more lady in a lodging in a video that circulated around the web soon after her demise. Undoubtedly, two others in the room were seen seeing and recording the occurrence as it occurred in November. Police in Mexico revealed that a capture warrant for one of the six voyaging partners had been given while in D.C. on Friday, attorneys activists. And the family asked American authorities to satisfy the capture warrant specialists have not formally distributed the character of the suspect on the warrant, yet legal advisors associated with the case have recognized this individual removing a U.S. resident to Mexico to stand preliminary for a wrongdoing carried out against another U.S. individual abroad requires a decision concerning the legitimacy of the capture warrant gave by Mexican power litigants, who are the subject of a capture warrant gave by the U.S., have the choice of testing removal. And on second thought, mentioning a preliminary in their nation of origin, Salamandra Robinson's mom has not surrendered the battle for equity for her girl's sake. During the public interview that occurred on Friday, Salamandra Robinson expressed that nobody had been captured. Individuals who realized what befell my girl are carrying on with their lives. They have gotten back to work. And my family is left to endlessly hold on to ask for answers. Salamandra further said that I don't wish that horrendous bad dream on anybody. My girl was severely beaten in a video. She was stripped down, and there were many individuals that might have helped her. Rather, they snickered and kidded by Quella Long, who is Robinson's sister. The most common way of endeavoring to get equity for Robinson's sister has been troublesome and deterring up until this point. She expressed, I feel like our administration has bombed us in excess of 100 letters. The majority of them in pink envelopes were dropped off at a Charlotte post box by many individuals. Last month, demands for the capture of the individual named in Mexico's capture warrant, notwithstanding the other 5 suspects in her demise, were addressed in letters to experts in both the U.S. and Mexico. The family is trusting that the Biden government will answer their new demands for activity for Robinson's situation well. That is all. Let us know in the remarks your thought process. Thank you for watching. Assuming you partook in this video, if it's not too much trouble, offer it a go-ahead and buy into our feed for more satisfied, very much like this.